Hey, hello, hello. It is day 5 of our 5-day challenge. And congratulations, you made it through. So today we're going to talk about wrapping this up. We're going to talk about your homework. So let's start there. Have you completed your thought downloads from day 2? How are you coming on your affirmations? Do you have them all done? Are you working on them? If you have any questions, please go ahead and send me a DM, email me, whatever you would like to do. And just so you know, this afternoon, there will be an evaluation form that is on this page. So you can click in there. It's a Google Doc. You can just go put your information in there, answer the questions. I would just love your feedback. I want to know what you liked. I want to know how I can improve, future courses or challenges that you would like to see. So I would love it if you would get that back to me. And let's see. The other piece of homework was, have you evaluated who you're hanging around? Okay. And started to seek out those that you need. I have to sit cross-legged in my chair, so I have to get comfy. So today was like the most difficult day for me to come up with information because there's just so much I want to give you. So I've kind of started like on another one. So, today we're going to wrap up what confidence is. We're going to talk about today what confident people don't do, and some little tips and tricks there for you and get you started. So let's first off just remember that confidence is not a trait. It's a mindset. So it's available to every single person out there. You can create confidence within yourself. Okay. Here are some things that confident people don't do. And I liked these because it'll catch you. Like if you see yourself doing it, then you can switch things around. Remember, I believe awareness is key in everything. All right. Confident people don't believe that they're less than others. They're not worthy, right? They don't believe that. They believe that everybody's equal. They have a right to pursue their dreams, to have their opinions, to enjoy life, to make a difference. They believe that. So they don't fear self-doubt. You guys, self-doubt is a normal part of it. If I didn't get a little nervous every time I came on a live, then would I really be doing you a service or a disservice? Because the more time that I put in, the more important it is to me, which means that I should be able to perform fairly well, right? I don't just on the fly show up and create something out of the blue. I took the time to put thoughts together so I could show them to you because I want this to be good for you. So when you have to do a presentation or anything, you're meeting somebody new, if you get a little nervous, it's okay. That's okay. That means that you are going to do so much better. They don't hesitate too long. So what that means is confident people don't overthink the shit out of things. So if you are an overthinker, let's stop being an overthinker all the time. I'm an overthinker who raised an overthinker. So I know this to be true. My daughter was texting me today and she's like, oh, should I book this plane ticket? Should I do this? I'm like, good Lord, what difference does it make? Just do it. Just do it. So don't take too long to make decisions. You know, I'm not saying jump into things recklessly, but I am saying like look through, make a sound decision, and then take the action to do what you need to do. Confident people don't think everything has to be this huge, big step. You don't have to go and take these grandiose move across the country to become confident. Absolutely not. They understand that small incremental steps take bravery and courage, and those are good too, because most of our lives are going to be met on small incremental steps. It's not going to be these huge grandiose things. Those are great, but most of us won't have those throughout our lifetime. You'll have them once or twice or maybe 3 or 4 times, but in small baby steps are where growth comes from. They don't confuse confidence with arrogance. So confidence is believing in your skills, your abilities, your knowledge, your acceptance to failure, knowing that you're going to fail and it's okay, and that's part of it. Arrogance is a believing in yourself also, but it's having a sense of superiority. You know, like you're just better than everybody else. And not accepting failure as your own. A lot of times, arrogant people will push it onto somebody else. It's somebody else that failed, reason that failed. That's their fault. That's their problem. doing that is very much part of having a low self-esteem. So keep that in mind. If you know that your skills are there, that you have the abilities, then that's confidence, and that's okay. And you need to have that. That's not being arrogant at all. They don't fear confrontation or feedback. I know a lot of us don't. We always think of confrontation in a bad way, and I don't think that's true. I think confrontation is a conversation. They take their self-worth off the table. They understand that they can listen for feedback without getting defensive or getting upset about it. So take yourself out of the picture and just listen to listen. They also know that it's okay to speak your mind without getting heated, which I think is huge. And that's growth. Like if you're somebody that is very defensive or gets that way, then growth comes from learning some of these things. They don't fear failure. You guys, we've already talked about this. Failure is going to be part of everything that you do. Everything. That with failure, you're able to process through your thoughts and feelings on failure and just move forward. We all have them. Nobody loves failing. Like, it's not like, oh, this is the greatest thing ever, is I want to fail. But I can tell you that you fail forward to success. We know statistically that baseball players, like, okay, having a 500 batting average is amazing. Like, hardly ever done. Amazing. That means they hit half of the pitches that came their way. Half, 50%. So if a batter is having a great year at 368, guess what? They're hitting just over or just under 40% of what's coming their way. So keep that in mind. Like, failure is part of it. I think the more you learn to accept that, more you don't see it as failure. You just see it as, hey, that didn't work. And you just move on, right? That's a great way to look at things. They don't believe things need to be perfect. You know, I am a perfectionist in a lot of ways because I want to make sure I'm doing the right thing or saying the right thing and being perfect. Perfectionism is a low self-esteem thing. It keeps you hidden. It keeps you stagnant. It keeps you in the same spot because you don't move forward because you're afraid of something. My friend had sent me a message today. I did a masterclass on boundaries, and my friend's like, your thing says 11 p.m. I'm like, oops, sorry. So I went back in, I edited. I didn't even edit the graphic. It was my graphic that was wrong. I don't even know how it got on the graphic that way. Because I'm asleep at 11 p.m. no matter what. But I could have gotten really upset or really hurt that she told me that, or really mad at myself for making a mistake. Guess what? People were still there. It was 2 p.m. People were there. Don't get caught up in perfectionism. They don't get sucked into everything they see on social media. I think this is, no, I was going to say, I think this is more true for younger people, but I don't think so. I think we all can get sucked into what we see on social media. We see people posting their best days, their best everything on social, and then we start comparing our crap to their best. And that's not fair. That's playing a comparison game, which is never, ever going to work. So be very careful on social media, what you're choosing to see all the time and what you're believing and how you're comparing that. Confident people aren't afraid to try new things. The more new things you try, the more you broaden your scope, the more fun you can have, the more interesting people you can meet. You don't have to make people your best friends, but it's kind of fun to meet people from different areas and different things and have different perspectives. Why not? Right? That's what we're all here for. They don't focus on themselves. Confident people don't have an inward focus. They have an outward focus. So the less focused you are on yourself, the more you can be engaged with other people, the more difference you can make in other people. That gives you confidence. Absolutely. They don't let others determine what they want or what their goals are. They decide for themselves what's right for them. And I think so many times looking at social media and different things, we look at what people are doing and think, oh, maybe I should do that. And then we go and chase that shiny object. And then let's go over here and try that because this didn't work. Stop. Ask yourself what you really want. You have to learn to trust your gut. Your gut will not lead you astray. You may try something that doesn't work, but that doesn't mean the end result isn't going to still be the same or what you want. So stay true to yourself. Ask yourself what you want and then pursue that. And if you don't know how to pursue that, ask for help. That's all you have to do. They don't believe, confident people don't believe that you have to fake it until you make it. So for years and years and years, I had heard, fake it until you make it. Fake it until you make it. Well, here's the deal. People know that you're faking it, right? When we fake things, we tend to overdo them because it's fake, right? We don't know what that looks like. And so your confidence is already there. You don't have to fake anything. You just need to tap into your confidence. So just tap into that, follow your gut, and do the things that you know you need to do that are right for you. They don't have to be right for anybody else. They're right for you. And confident people know they don't have to be the best at everything. You have to be the best you that you can be. You don't have to be better than anybody else, and you don't have to be the best at something to be great at it. You just have to be the best you that you can be. There will always be somebody that is more talented, more experienced, right? But that in no way takes away from you. That just means they have more experience. They've done this longer. They've done whatever. And one thing to remember too is we tend to look at other people and think, oh, well, they're so this or so that. Chances are really, really good that somebody's looking at you thinking the same things. Okay? We just don't think about that. We only think about the reverse. Changing your mindset is more about choosing different thoughts. So we have to bust through limiting beliefs, right? We hold them as truths. We play them in a loop. Right? We talked about thought loops with affirmations. Well, these are the thought loops that have kind of chosen your reality for you because you chose to believe these thoughts. They could be things that your parents said. It could be things that your grandparents said, teachers, a family member, a coach, a neighbor. It doesn't matter who. Just something was said to you and it stuck. And it got on repeat and on replay in your head over and over. And it could have been there for years and years and years. Typically, it is there for years. So how do you break through that loop? Some of the things that we talked about this week. We're going to do a little recap and then we'll move on again. Dress the part so you feel confident. I don't care what that is for you. If you feel the most confident in leggings and a hoodie, go for it. If you feel more confident being dressed up, go for it. I feel more confident when I have my hair and makeup done. That's all there's to it. You guys, I have something wrong with my contacts, so I'm sorry. It's like bent weird. I don't even know how to explain it, but it's driving me nuts. Write affirmations, but you have to write affirmations that you can believe in 110%. You can't go through the motions of just writing something down because you think that's what you want. You need to really want it because that's when things start coming to fruition. Now, you need to take those affirmations, get them on the thought loop. Just like we talked about, we have the negative thought loop. We need to pull that out and replace it with a positive thought loop. You need to operate from your true self and to know the difference. And we're going to talk a little bit about that. Your ego, we all have an ego. Sorry, I'm dry. Your ego is your shadow self, right? It's the one that works quietly in the background. It throws doubt around. It tells you the crappy stuff in your head that you're like, what the heck? It allows you to act like a wimp. It allows you to be a victim sometimes. It allows you to self-sabotage. It stops you from being who you really are. Okay? Your shadow throws around those negative thoughts. That's when you're sitting there and you walk by a mirror and you think, oh, blah, blah, blah. Right? Remember, tap your nose. It makes you think you need validation from outside sources. That things are fear-based and that they wants to keep you small, and your shadow self wants to keep you in your lane, in your comfort zone, so it can like control you. Your true self, who you really want to be, operates on a source energy, the energy that's around you and the people that you're around. That's what that operates on. It gets validation from within. So you love yourself. You can trust yourself. That you're proactive. It's love-based, and it creates a reality based on all of that. It lives in the present, and it believes in miracles and is one with the universe. And so that's where we want to be, and that's what we want to bring out. Your shadow self, we just need to keep contradicting. Here's what I know. I'll probably say this twice because I think it's in my notes someplace else. Your subconscious believes whatever you tell it, right? So we've believed things for so many years that now we just have to retrain our brain and create new neural pathways by giving it the positive thoughts and things that we can believe in and the visualizations that we can create. When you decide to make changes, expect all hell to break loose. I'm not kidding. There will be things that happen that you'll be like, I'm obviously not supposed to do this. I'm supposed to give this up. I'm going to tell you right now, that's not true. But you have to be prepared and be aware of the things that are going to happen. You're going to have people that may be angry with you because you're changing. They may make fun of you. They may ridicule you. They may tell you, like, what are you doing? Are you kidding me? They may block you on social media. Their attacks may be real, right? And these attacks may come from very different sources. People may ask you, are you sure you want to do that? I mean, we're in the middle of a pandemic. Are you sure you want to do that? Businesses are closing all over the place. Are you sure you want to do that? Nobody wants to buy that product. Are you sure you want to do that? Nobody needs that service. Oh, you want to do that? It's overcrowded. Like, there are so many people doing that. Here's what I know. And I think this is true across the board. I've done direct sales. I have been in the dance world. I do real estate, coaching. There are thousands and thousands of people out there doing what you may want to do. 20% of them are doing the work. 80% want the title and want the things they think they want, but they're not doing the work. So when you look at 20% of people doing the work and having the success, there's more than enough room for you, whatever it is that you want to do. Most of these things are going to be said to you by well-meaning family and friends, people that you're closest to, right? Because they want to protect you. They want to make sure that you're okay. Your ego, your shadow self, will do everything it can to stop you. Because number one, these people are telling you. Now you're going to start putting those in a thought loop again, and it's going to remind you all the time, ooh, am I sure I want to do that? You have to detox, basically, that thought process, right? You have to flush out all the crap. It's your ego's job to keep you safe. But you got to flush all that out. You are going to come across emotional and physical blocks. Don't be surprised when there's physical things too. For me, in the month of October, I had 2 home closings. Did I have 2? Yes. Both times I went to leave my house, I had a flat tire. Like, what the heck? So we have, what's that thing called? An air compressor. So we have an air compressor, so I was able to pump up the tires. But both times that happened. So got the air popped up. Thankfully, I'm the person that thinks if you're 10 minutes early, you're still late. So I was there on time. The other thing, I was doing great at my workouts. I was starting to see a change in my body. I was thinking, God, this is awesome. Finally, this has taken so long. I walked outside the day after Thanksgiving from my Pilates class and fell straight on my knee, like straight. All of my weight, boom. It's been almost 3 months. It's still not right. It's getting better. I still have a bruise on my kneecap. And, I could have been like, well, there's the universe telling me that this is done, that I shouldn't work out anymore. Nope. I had to take a month off because I really didn't want to injure it more. I did everything the chiropractor told me to do. It was good enough for me to start working out. I still have to modify things. Modifications are becoming less and less. I can tell when it's tired. I'm paying attention to my body, but I was like, no, I'm getting back at this. And of course it would happen right. Like, it was the day after Thanksgiving, right? So I was like, it's easier to enjoy things when you're working out, when like, oh, I'm going to have some sweets. It's not a big deal. I'm just going to go work out and, continue to burn these calories. So that was a big, what the hell? I have a friend that was earning a trip and she got all the way there, almost all the way there, and then decided to block herself, right? All of a sudden she was like, I've never done this before. What am I doing? Why am I doing this? So check yourself. I have another friend that was running after a gala for her company, running, was almost there. and then freaked herself out and decided, oh, I probably can't go to the gala, so I'm not going to finish. You guys, follow through. It's all up here. There will be mental and physical blocks that come along, emotional blocks, and you just have to push through them. As you're going through these things, yesterday we talked about the 10 types of people that you need in your Fantastic Five. I know that's kind of an oxymoron to need 10 types of people in your Fantastic Five, but if you become like the 5 people that you hang around, you want to have these 10 people. So from yesterday, you want to have the dreamer, the achiever, the anchor, the pusher, the motivator, the devil's advocate, the driver, the thinker, the supporter, and the believer. Did I say believer twice? I did not. So you want to make sure that when you're sharing your dreams, as dreams are coming up, you're going to have this great, huge vision in Technicolor, right? 80-inch large TV screen in Technicolor that you can see what's going to happen. Like, you are so excited. Really guard yourself. Don't go sharing your dreams, your 80-inch, right, vivid dreams with somebody that's got a postage stamp vision themselves, because they will crush you, because they want to keep you where they are. Share those dreams with people that will build you up, that will run with you, that will accept it, that will check in on you, that are excited with you. That's the type of people that keep your dreams safe. I'm not saying that you shouldn't share with other people, but be really cautious, because you want those dreams to become a reality. And the only way you can do that is by surrounding yourself with those people that are going to help you to get there. We've all created our own reality based on limiting beliefs, right? And if your subconscious can accept all of that garbage, I know then it can accept what you tell her. All right. The only failure you will not... I can't even read that. I don't even know what I typed. But basically, failure is not an option, right? We know it's going to happen. So we just need to take that out. Like, we know it's going to be stepping stones. That failure is part of success. Absolutely. Lack of confidence and fear of failure are the same thing, right? They are meant to keep you small. It shows up as imposter syndrome. So you may be chugging along, doing something, and all of a sudden you'll be like, what am I doing? I'm not qualified to do this. Why do I think I'm qualified to do this? There's so many people out there that are so much better than I am at this. Imposter syndrome. It's going to show up as perfectionism. Oh, I'm not going to do anything until it's perfect. Just remember that done is better than perfect. It is more important to put something out than it is to make it perfect. Now, I'll also tell you, once you have something out, tweaking something, not a big deal at all. You can easily go in and quickly change it. So just get it out. Procrastination. How many of you procrastinate? We procrastinate because we're a little afraid to take the steps that we need to take. And we think, oh, I have all the time in the world. That's not due until such and such date. Hey, I've got a great idea. How about you go ahead and get it done way, way early? And I know some of us believe that we do our best work at the last hour. And I'm right there with you. I was the kid in college who wrote her papers the night before. I'm the person that does a lot of that. Now my goal is to not procrastinate as much, to get it done so that I can then enjoy the time that's left. So I set timers to do short bursts of work because I work better that way. I try not to work more than an hour at a time without breaks because I can get stuff done. And I'm the type too that once I start working, I won't stop until it's done. So then things become stale. Does that make sense? Like, if you don't give yourself some breaks and move around time, things can become stale. It also shows up as anxiety, like when you're freaking out about the stuff, or stress, when you're really stressed and worried about what's going on. So work on those things. If you're not good at something, you may stop. You may decide, oh, I'm not going to do it. You guys, I did this with skiing. So I went skiing first when I was in high school. I wasn't a good skier. I mean, I could ski, no big deal. Then my husband and I went skiing. I took him skiing, because I thought that would be fun. And then my husband became a really good skier. Then we took our kids skiing. And my kids were really good. And then I realized, oh, I really suck and I don't really care. So I stopped because I just wasn't as good as they were. And I'm like, I can't keep up. And then I really, really stopped when I realized I don't enjoy this as much. I love that they love it, and that's great, but it's not my thing. And my husband had a hard time wrapping his head around that. So, but just make sure you're not quitting things beforehand, before you just because you're not good at them. There's things that we're not going to be good at that we just have to keep practicing at, and we'll be amazed at how much better we can be. The key to failure is to know, like I said, it's inevitable. It's going to happen over and over and over again. We just have to acknowledge it, learn from it, and keep going. Embracing failure means to never be embarrassed again. If you know you're going to go into something and you're going to embrace that failure, you don't ever have to be worried about being embarrassed again. It's a stepping stone. Just remember that. So your homework for today is to finish all the homework. So we had homework on day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. So that's to go back and check them on those and finish your homework, and to stay with this until May 17th. So this page is going to be archived in about 2 weeks. So you'll have access to the videos, you'll have access to the stuff. You just won't be able to make comments, but you will have access to it if you need reminders, if you want to go back to listen to things. But May 17th is a 90-day point, and 90 days is where we start to see some transformations. We're going to start to see some changes. You may not see a total transformation. You might, but if you pay attention, I want to know what transformations are happening for you. I want to know what your success looks like as you're going through. So I would love for you to share it in the regular group, the group that's Reclaiming Your Inner Badass. If you need the link, I will put the link in this group as well, so you can find that group. It's a larger group, and I'm in there every single day, trying to give value and content. I'm going to go live in the month of March, I think every day. No, not every day, a couple times a week. But I'm going to be talking about different things, so I'm getting that all geared up for now. So there's just always something there for you. I would love for you to share what aha moments you had, what you enjoyed, what things you learned. You can share them right here, or you can go to the other group and share them. So anyway, I am going to be super curious to see where you're at and what's going on, and transformation. That's what it's about, right? We all want a form of I almost said transportation. We all want a form of transformation. And a lot of times we quit right before it's there. And that's where it gets kind of ugly. We stop, 6 weeks in because you're like, oh, I'm not seeing anything. I'm going to ask you to see it out for the 90 days. I believe full transformations take place after about 6 months. I think at 90 days, you're starting to get your feet wet. You're starting to get in the groove, and you're starting to see things happen. So I just want you to hit that 90-day mark, and then we'll keep on pushing. But I hope you have an awesome weekend. I will be talking to you soon. I'd love to see you in the Reclaiming Your Inner Badass if you're not there, and I will see you next week. Bye.